Welcome to another episode of the Washington State Retirement Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan Meikle, and here we talk about your amazing Washington State retirement benefits and the best ways to utilize them. Today we're talking about the VEBA account and how does it work. So for those of you that don't know yet, most employers in Washington State have something called VEBA, which is the Voluntary Employee Benefit Account. It's a way for you guys to use the money inside of there, whether you've put money in there yourself, whether you convert money from your sick leave, or even if your employer puts money there on your behalf, and you can use it to help pay for healthcare expenses in the future, whether that be using it as a reimbursement, going to the store to buy something as simple as Tylenol, or using it as a reimbursement to cover your PEB or health insurance costs in retirement. So we're going over exactly what VEBA is in a little bit more detail and how does it all work. At the conclusion of that, we're going to go over a question that was submitted to us, going over the difference between withdrawing SEBB and PEBB funds starting at 64. So if that doesn't quite make sense to you, stick around and we'll address that question, which is word for word what was sent in to us. Now, if you haven't done so yet, the link below or in the show notes is to our new free group over on School. It's for Washington employees only. I've got resources and courses inside of there. It's not really just about the information that's inside of there, but it's about the experience and the transformation you'll get when you go through the course to come out more confident and more informed. My goal with the group is to have a community that's supportive, where people can accomplish things and do things that maybe they couldn't do on their own in a faster way, or even retiring earlier than they ever thought possible. So if you're trying to get ahead or get things a little more organized, head over to that group. Again, it's free to join, and I'll see you guys there. Now let's jump right into it. So the VEBA plan is offered to all school district employees when they separate service, and it's basically similar to an HSA account or health savings account. So it allows you to put money into it on a pre-tax basis. You can have the option to even invest the money if you want to, that grows tax deferred. And when you want to spend the money, as long as it's for any kind of medical thing, it comes out completely tax-free. So it's what we call a triple tax benefit account. It's really the only one out there. So it really depends on who your employer is. If you can contribute money into this, some school districts allow it, some don't. So some school districts allow their employees to be putting $50 or $100 a month into these plans as they're working, and some of them will not let you do that. But regardless of it, the VEBA question often comes up if you retire and separate service. If you have any unused sick leave, you have the option to either cash the thing out, and when you cash it out, you only get a quarter on the dollar, and you pay taxes on it, or you can roll into your VEBA plan. Now, when you do it, it's the same thing. It's still a quarter dollar, but you're going to avoid paying taxes on it. It goes into the VEBA account. It can be invested to potentially grow more, but the biggest benefit is it comes out tax-free when I need it for my medical plans. So you want to use it to help pay for your Medicare premiums, or you need help paying for your PEBB premiums, totally fine. You're going to walk into Fred Meyer to buy some Tylenol, give you a debit card, and it's the same thing. Pay it with that. So the VEBA is really a great benefit to you guys, and it's something I often advocate for, that if you have any unused sick leave, it's just go ahead and move it into your VEBA plan. As far as how to invest it, I mean, there's usually a real big range of investment options out there. Just pick something either moderate to conservative. There's really no point in really risking too much of the money out there, especially if you're going to need it to pay your medical premiums. So these VEBA plans can be really key factors in helping you cover your medical premiums before you reach age 65. All right, so let's address the question that was submitted to us. This person wanted to know if they should start withdrawing their SEBB or PEBB funds at 64. So first clarification on this is SEBB and PEBB are healthcare exchanges or plans. There is no funds in there. There is nothing to withdraw per se. If you're asking, should I collect them? That's a little differently, but let's just say let's start collecting your insurance premiums. You can start your SEBB or PEBB, I guess, when you retire. But really, I think this person is confused with maybe some other acronyms that is confusing. But number 7 PEBB, we're talking about healthcare only. There's nothing to really withdraw from. You can switch from SEBB to PEBB upon separation of service, and you can do that at any age. Now, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, and I assume that if he's talking about withdrawing stuff, maybe the acronyms are wrong here. If you're talking about withdrawing things from like Plan 343B at 64, really, once you're 64 after a 59.5, it doesn't matter what account it is. As long as you're separate from service, you can start drawing money at that time free and clear. Now, if you're still employed, you can't touch your DCP, you can't touch Plan 3. But things like your IRA, Roth IRA, 100%, you can start withdrawing at that time. It is not tied to your employment. Those are individual accounts. All you have to do is be over 59 and a half to start withdrawing them. Now, whether or not it's a good idea to withdraw at 64, of course, it's going to depend on your situation, what you're trying to accomplish, how much you have, how much you're planning on pulling out. So there's a lot of ifs and whats that need to be addressed before I get into a talk to like this. But if you have more in-depth questions, you can always post them inside of our school group, or you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with us, and we'll be happy to walk you through how this works in more detail. So I know that wasn't probably the most informative question or answer for the day, but I said I just pick them off as they get submitted into us, and I just copy and paste word for word what people send in. So sometimes questions come in, don't make a lot of sense. I'm happy to address them as best as I can, and we'll just keep moving on from there. So if you have questions you want us to cover, feel free to submit them over to us. We can send them in our email, post them in the school group. I've got a form on our website you can submit to as well. Just get them over to us, and we're happy to put it on future episodes. And until next time, remember that your future depends on what you do today. All right, before I sign off, just a real quick legal disclosure that we're required to say as licensed fiduciary advisors. So remember that this is a podcast. It is designed for educational and entertainment purposes only. I don't know you personally, therefore I cannot give you any personal advice. So please don't take anything that we say on the show as being personal, financial, legal, or tax advice. If you want that kind of stuff, make sure you seek out a professional so they can help you with the strategies and investments that are right for you. Also, please remember that despite the name of our show, we are in no way associated with Washington State or the Department of Guidance Systems or any other Washington employer. We're a private-owned firm that specializes in working with Washington State employees, which is why we know so much about this stuff. So remember, we don't work for the state in any way, shape, or form. So please don't confuse us as being an official representative of the state. All right, that's it for the legal stuff. I'll catch you guys all next time.